Okay, this is our shaper. We use this to make our raised panels for raised panel doors. This one has a power feeder on it. The cutter head is inside underneath it here, so you can't get your hand to it unless you stick it in underneath the power feeder and allow the power feeder to feed your hand into it. So if you do that, you're very stupid. Okay, and quite brave, because this thing's scary. Okay, so this one's real loud. It has a huge cutter head. It's about that big around, and that's what cuts our panels, our raised panels. This is the feed conveyor, and so you turn this on, it turns the rollers to feed your wood through, and it has a couple of different settings. So the settings are here and up here. So you shouldn't play with these ones. This just changes it so that it goes fast or slow on the feed. This changes the direction, so the feed rollers are pushing the wood that way or this way. Okay? And so if you put it in and you try to stick your wood in and it won't go, you'll probably turn it the wrong way. And so one of the problems is if you turn it the wrong way and you try to put your wood in, right, you stick your wood in here, it won't go. So then you flip it the other way. If you don't wait for it to come to a complete stop, it won't switch directions. So you have to wait for it to stop before you turn it on, and then it will grab, push it through. So that'll feed your wood through the cutter there. So this machine is really safe as far as, you're not going to get your hands in there, but if a piece of wood gets caught in there and bounces this or whatever, it can shoot wood that direction. Okay, so never, when you're running this, you always need to make sure there's nobody standing over there. And you should never be over there. You should always be standing over here in the front of the machine so that you can't get hit with a kickback. Never had any kickbacks on this machine, but I've seen kickbacks in other places. There are a lot of different settings on this. Please don't play with any of the settings. Okay? I set this machine up. I don't allow you guys to set this up yet. And I test it before I let anybody use it so I know it's set up right. And so if students play with settings, they can change stuff. This has a setting on it that will change the direction of the cutter heads, because the cutter heads can go one way or the other. And I'm going to show you where that is, but just don't play with stuff and you won't have that problem. Okay? This handle raises and lowers the blade. You should never change that on here. It's set permanently for one particular cut, and any changes that are made on there I should be making. I don't want you guys to make any adjustments on this machine. Okay? Safety-wise, just keep your hands out of the feed roller and you'll be totally fine. And out under your board, you don't want to get pinched down in here. Okay? Shortest boards on the sander, I cover this, but on the sander 10 inches. On this board, on this one right here, 12 inches is going to be our shortest board to go through here. I don't think that's on your test, you don't have to worry about it. But you should know that. Okay? But you won't have to worry because I don't let you run this unless I'm here watching, because this one's scary. I did have a kid, he wasn't one of my students, but he was a person that I actually knew, and he told me the story, that they had one of these and they didn't have a power feeder on it in their school. And he was running a bunch of raised panels because he was building a kitchen in his house. And so he had run a bunch of them yet. He was halfway through his cuts, and the bell rang. So he just left his stuff there because he had that class at the end of the day again. So he had 2 periods a day. But he had another class that came in between. Well, in the in-between time, some of the dinkheads in the class that was in the middle walked by and just flipped a switch. And what that switch did was change the direction of the cutter head. And they didn't have a power feeder. So now instead of feeding against rotation, he's feeding with rotation. These have a 5 horsepower motor. It's bigger than our table saws. So it's super powerful. So he turned it on. He couldn't see which way it was spinning because it's just a blur. He'd just been running an hour earlier. When he stuck his board in, it shot across and drug his hands right into the blade, took off those 2 fingers right out of his hand. All because some idiot was walking around the shop with nothing to do, and out of boredom said, I wonder what this switch does, and flipped it, and then left it. When you're in the shop, don't touch stuff unless you're using it and you know what you're doing. If you turn something, you spin a dial, you flip a switch, and you don't know what it did, make sure that you either set it back or let me know so I can check it. But if you just leave it, you could be putting somebody at serious risk, and that's a big deal. Okay? So we want to make sure that we don't play with the settings on this machine. You'll only be using this if you're making raised panels for something.